Hey everybody, welcome to part 3 of my interview with Echo. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, definitely go back and watch those. They are absolutely awesome and they reveal so much information. But the next part absolutely made me speechless, and I hope you don't mind, but it's a little bit slower in the beginning, but it is gorgeous. You're gonna love this. This is amazing.
So one thing as well that will be coming to 1.0. Oh, mouse is really high in sensitivity. If we actually change the time to night, we'll be able to have this kind of sky.
Now I noticed the aurora is off in the distance instead of right above our heads now.
Yes. Give it a moment. It's getting there. They're getting there. It's coming. We're getting there. So. But I haven't really messed with the sky system just yet, so.
That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, beyond excited. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, and then the sunrise as well.
Probably one of the prettiest things in the entire world is the sunrise on this game.
So maybe by or at the end of river, you'll be able to see the sunrise. Yeah, Four Ponds is also being fully redone, so it's not gonna be Four Ponds anymore. It's actually gonna be changed. So you guys get to look forward to that. And the one thing that is probably going to be the most controversial thing is Big Tree is going to be no more.
What? That's like the #1 landmark I learned.
So Big Tree is going to have to go away, but it might make a return somewhere else. So one thing as well too, I was thinking of this idea, and you can give me your opinion on it, is Big Tree will be moving. So it will be placed on the map. You just got to figure out where it is. And over time, it's actually going to turn into a proper monument. So it's one that you'll be able to kind of see it be built. So one minute, it's a tiny little sapling. Next minute, it's a half-grown tree, and you have a few rocks around, and next thing you know, it's a fairly large tree, and you have a little water source, maybe a few bugs and stuff like that. Depending on how many people visit it as well, you might, footsteps might be just ingrained into the dirt.
You have quite a bit of work ahead of you.
I do, but it's fun. I enjoy it. I've never once. Well, I can't say that. I'll work on an area, and as soon as I think I've done, a lot, I zoom out and I slightly cry on the inside. But
yeah, you did bite off quite the chunk of work.
But I enjoy it. It's fun. I have so many ideas. Once River's done, I can start working on major areas, and that's when the map really takes place. So once River is actually done, I'm actually going to be moving down towards Big Rock and actually fleshing out the center of the map and working my way out. Eventually, Paradise is going to be redone. I don't know if I'm going to actually make it a paradise or make it a deadly area you don't want to be near. I don't know what I want to do just yet with that. I might do a community vote or something. I don't know.
Are you planning on doing different biomes within the map? Like,
yes.
Yes. So like
Yes.
a desert area or like
No,
grasslands.
sorry. In that case, let me be a little bit more specific. So, since it is a Forgotten Forest map, everything on this map is going to be a forest of some kind. With that being said, though, you will have different types of forests. So, currently in the Legacy map, you have a redwood area, you have a birch area, you have a pine area, like the open field and stuff like that. So I do plan on adding that. I actually am working on a couple different things as well, and this is kind of my playground for testing. And one of the things I'm testing right now is actually a grasslands. And with grasslands, you do have some cool variations. So you actually have a flower field that you might have, right? So not the entire field here is made of flowers, right? You do have different patches. So we might have that be an area. I might also have a rocky area for the grasslands. So the grasslands has a bunch of different types of sub biomes, I should say, inside of it. So there will be constantly new places to explore.
Well, you don't even know, dude. Maybe you do know, but it's you. You're probably desensitized to the change that's been made.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the only downside to being the level designer is I know all of the secrets. So I've teased some stuff actually, depending on where my camera is. Some people might have noticed it. There's a few areas that are special spots to be, but that is the only downside is I can't be surprised. I can be surprised with the dragons. That's about it.
Guys, your job is to try to find the spots in this video that he didn't tell us about. Let me know what you found. Do that, please.
Gotta make sure you find all the different hatchy spots. That's what they are. They're hidden hatchy areas. So you guys, some of them I've shown on camera, right? The ones I expressly have shown, and then there's some hidden ones as well. Let's see if you guys find them. As well, I don't know. Did I? Oh, there is a whole other area. I forgot all about this spot. There is also another little pond here. So there's tons of there's a lot of areas you can go where there's water. And it's also pretty close to the edge. So if you don't want to go to the river and deal with that, you can try to sneak over here and grab some water. But it's a little bit more clear, so an acid spitter won't be able to hide in here.
I like how you did a dynamic of you can have the deeper water and the acid spitters can hide in there. And then you've got other areas where it's shallow and you can see right through. Because it does give you, if you're just a player that's kind of afraid, it gives you a place to go.
That's exactly it. So, when I first played the game, it was very, very intimidating because there was tons of, big dragons always out to get you. So, being able to hide in some areas as a baby or juvie are definitely a thing I'm keeping in the back of my head. So throughout the entire map, there's going to be spots where you'll be able to go. I know the spawn points are going to change. There's going to be some in river and in particular spots. So there might be some where you spawn in the forest, but pretty much any direction you go, you're going to find a monument, whether that is finding river, that's finding mushy pond, you might find cave at one point. You might be at an open, field area, right? It all depends. So you'll always be able to find a monument if you just walk a little bit. I am curious though what everyone does when it comes to nesting, because I know you guys, a lot of clans, the smaller clans, they always try to hide in the maps. So I want to make sure I have too many areas to pick from, which is always good because you can't explore them all, right? So no matter where you go in any direction you look, there's always going to be at least 2 or 3 monuments on your screen that you can look at. I do plan on releasing a map at some point, or list of names, I should say, for the different areas. So what I plan on doing is have a general area name. In this case, this would be River. Currently, it's going to be probably named River, but then inside of River, you also have other areas, like sub areas you can go, right? So you'll be able to know exactly where players are. So good for callouts for any of those clans that want to take over a server. There will be monuments. Obviously, if I do end up removing a monument and everyone really wants it back, I'm obviously going to add it back. I'll make it work, depending on the monument. There are a few I'm not going to add back. So there is as well too, actually. I forgot all about this one. Where are you here? So I know this is another spot that everyone loves to hang out in. Boggy area, or Misty, I think that's what people call it. So Misty is also being fully redone. It's actually going to be a very important area in probably a later update. It won't probably be 1.0 just because I have a lot of areas I need to build. But this will be a very important area. And the hint will be that crater. But you will have a nice area for like a lake. You'll have tons of food and stuff, so you can totally host a clan here. You'll also have another area. Lime actually is one of the monuments or areas that are actually going. Lime won't exist in 1.0. So that is, I know people like hanging out there and stuff, so that is going, sadly. Let's see, are there any other major spots that are going as well? Yes. Pride Rock, I believe, is what is called by some. Pride Rock is also leaving us. It is not coming back.
No, I love Pride Rock.
Will there be a form of Pride Rock somewhere else? Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
But it won't be there. It won't look like that anymore. It also might not show up in 1.0. It might show up in a later update. As well, too, is Island is actually being removed and redone. So another spot, too, that is being redone is something called Crown. So this is another area that is actually being fully redone. And it may move. It might be in the same spot. It also will look very different from what everyone else is used to. So you guys get to experience that when it's done. And the last part, I believe, the other major monument is the swamp area. So swamp is also being fully redone. It's not going to look at all what you guys are used to. It's actually going to look quite different. And it's going to look more like a swamp. So, you know, beware of the swamp snappers.
Now, question for you.
Yeah.
How big is this map?
This map is, I believe, 16 by 16 kilometers. It's a quarter of the mega map. So that hasn't changed. The cave systems, though, which I can allude to, the cave systems here are going to cover a good chunk of the map. They're actually going to cover, roughly, if I can get the sizing correct, roughly around that much of the map. So, you know, way over a quarter of the map is going to be actually a massive cave system. So the map is going to be really big, especially with all the caves and stuff I plan on adding. Another thing that won't be happening in 1.0 is if if your knuckle hits the tip of the trees, you're not going to crash. So you actually have to hit the trunk and fairly, far down, probably around here, before you actually, ram yourself into a tree and fall. So.
But it's not a pancake video unless I hit a tree.
Oh, don't worry. There's going to be a single tree in the entire map that actually has the entire barrier system set up. So if you hit
I will find it.
Tree,
I will.
Fall. Yeah. Don't worry. I will make it a thing.
I found the one tree. Watch it be big tree.
Well, big tree, there's a special thing. If I do plan on adding it, I'm still not sold on actually keeping it or not. It might not show up in 1.0. That's probably the only thing that I can say. If it does, then I change my mind. But currently, it's not going to be in 1.0. And if it is, then there's going to be something special about Big Tree. Some things everyone wants to be able to do with Big Tree. That's your hint.
What do you think that would be, guys? Put it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Echo and I did record an outro, but in all my searching in my files, I could not find the outro. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this look into the way the map is coming out. Let me know in the comments below if you found any of those hidden spots, first of all. But second, let me know what you really thought about the map. I absolutely think it looks amazing, and I hope you do too. All right, well, if you liked it, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing, and I'm going to see you on the next episode. Later, players.